Welcome to the Big Three Podcast. This is episode 3. I am Jacob Condi alongside.
And I'm Garrett Wright.
Yes, and that today is December 14th. So, Garrett, I'll let you give everybody a recap or a cap of the show today.
All right, so first we're going to start out with the Cowboys recap. Sunday day's game, I guess.
Against the Giants.
Then we're going to go on to Ohtani and Ian Kinsler, the acquisitions of them by the Los Angeles Angels. We're also going to go over an acquisition by the Texas Rangers.
Gotcha.
We're going to do a little bit of Gots to Go, as we do every week.
Mm-hmm.
We're going to bring it back to last week where we did our picks. We're going to pick this week's games.
Week 15 coming up.
Yep, and then we're also going to talk a little bit about Aaron Rodgers coming back this week, being cleared, and the Seattle-Jacksonville fiasco.
Right, with Quentin Jackson and all that.
Yeah.
And Martellus Bennett.
Exactly.
Alrighty, so let's get right into it, man. Cowboys versus Giants, Sunday during noon. What did you think about it?
Dak Prescott definitely came back out of his shell, actually. Okay. The shell that he had been playing in since Ezekiel Elliott lost. He did pick it up 1 week. What was that, 2 weeks ago?
Yeah. Against Washington.
Yeah.
I guess, if you want to call that a decent game.
The last team in the NFC East.
Yeah.
But
no, that would be the Giants. We just played them.
2-10. You're right.
2-10.
That's what I'm talking about.
Yeah, they're really good. So, what'd you think of Dak, man? So, like you said, he was bringing out his old self, right? This week.
Right. Last season, Dak didn't look worried under pressure as he had previously. The running game got going again, along with the passing attack from the running backs. Rod Smith on that 81-yard touchdown.
Beautiful little slant route. Dak Prescott saw that the whole way. If you saw him, he was clapping like, "Hey, give me the ball."
Let's go.
It was a slant over the middle. Simple route, man. A little running back takes it 81 yards.
Yeah, so I wouldn't really be surprised if he got some more playing time this week with the way he played. Over 150 yards from scrimmage, 2 touchdowns. Outplayed Alfred Morris, if you ask me. Alfred Morris, obviously.
He carried the load, though, man.
Good between the tackles. Great runner between the tackles, but when he gets outside, unless we're pulling, he has a tough time. But Rod Smith definitely looked like he had it in him.
You brought up pulling, man. Who pulls? The offensive line, right?
Yeah.
The offensive line gave Dak Prescott a lot of protection, especially against that front four of the Giants, who's pretty good.
Snacks Harrison, Oliver Vernon, JPP.
Yeah. Jason Pierre.
Big front, and the Cowboys definitely stood up.
They manhandled them.
Yeah, absolutely.
Man, all day. How about the throw from Prescott to Witten in the end zone to actually get the offense started?
Beautiful.
Actually, I take that back. The Cole Beasley little slant dig route, and Collins got hurt, the safety for the Giants. He got hurt on that play, but he had to chase Cole Beasley down because Cole Beasley did him dirty on a little slant pivot route.
Yeah. That's probably the pivotal moment of the game.
That changed. That really got everybody pumped. After that, the next throw was a Jason Witten seam route up the field for a touchdown.
Yeah,
beautiful throw.
Changed the whole mood. Another thing we can talk about is that Cowboys defense.
The 3 rookies, Chidobe Awuzie, Jordan Lewis, and Xavier Woods all got the start. How was their performance?
They shut down the Giants' passing attack, if they have any. Essentially, Evan Ingram. Probably the best pass catcher out there. Best receivers, definitely Sterling Shepard. Odell Beckham not being there definitely just ruins their passing game.
It hurts them really bad.
Also, Eli's first game back, got the standing ovation.
I'm an Eli fan.
Are you?
I like him better than Peyton.
Go Peyton. Go Peyton.
All right. 2-2, so you can't really say one's better than the other.
Okay, all right.
I'm kidding. Stats prove I'm wrong. But I like Eli better just because he's done it with less. So, yeah. He's done it with less. But that's another topic for a different day. But, that was a little bit of the recap. We can talk about the Dez Bryant drops and the Cole Beasley drops.
Yeah, big third down plays. Just, not really characteristic of the Dallas Cowboys play. Last season, I think they were first in the league in third down conversion. Now we're 22nd.
We've seen it live.
It's very frustrating. Sunday. Punt to punt to punt to punt.
But don't let the Giants off the hook. They were dropping balls left and right too, and a lot of that was the weather. It was cold. The ball is hard as a rock. Dude.
Dan Bailey missed
That's where I was going, man. Dan Bailey, Mr. Dan the Man, man. Mr. Automatic, in my opinion, and a lot of people's opinion.
Yeah.
The dude
most
is still hurt.
kicker in NFL history.
Garrett, he's still hurt. I've never seen that man miss 3 like that, dude. And he even missed the extra point. Golly, that hurt. But the ball was rock solid, and the wind was crazy.
So that also might have something to do with it. But Dan Bailey usually, historically has been the best kicker in football.
That was a little disappointing to see. Hopefully, when that groin gets healed, he comes back, and he's back to being Dan the Man. So,
no, I didn't mind Jeff Heath kicking.
Hey, that was awesome. That was against San Francisco, and we killed that game, so I remember that.
He missed a couple
Jeff
extra points.
He played good. And let's just talk about Sean Lee for a little bit, man. Sean Lee. How valuable is he to this Dallas Cowboys defense?
He's the most valuable player on, I would almost argue, the whole team.
In the league, I would say. To the defense. You take him out, every other defense besides Carolina with Luke Kuechly can function without their middle linebacker.
Yeah.
These guys, they cannot function without Sean Lee.
The stats prove it. We're
1-6 without him, Garrett. 7-2 with him. That's just that. That's this whole past 2 seasons.
Yeah.
So, all right, that's a little bit of a recap. Let's move on, man, to the Rangers and the Anaheim Angels, or the Los Angeles Angels.
Yep. So the Rangers acquired Chris Martin over the last week. He pitched in Japan for 2 seasons, had a 2-2 record, but also a 1.12 ERA.
That's pretty low, man. That's holding the Gators down.
He's a reliever, but I feel like for the Rangers to really contend, we need a pitcher, especially after losing you. Cole Hamels hasn't been Cole Hamels.
I have a man crush on him. He's pretty good.
Probably the last season and a half, he really hasn't been himself.
But we need a long reliever, man, and that's what Chris Martin is.
Oh, yeah, for sure. But
he can come in, pitch 4 innings for you, dude, when our starter can't go.
Yeah, I'm just saying for the Rangers to take it to the next level, they need a pitcher.
All right, and what about the Los Angeles Angels? They acquired Hoshi Ohtani from Japan and Ian Kinsler from Detroit. What do you think about those pickups?
So Ian Kinsler, former Ranger.
Second baseman.
I enjoyed his time here. I know you didn't particularly.
I was never a fan, my friend. He's pop-up Kinsler. Never a fan at all. His defense was decent, but he led off when Ron Washington was the coach here. He led off, and it was either a home run or a strikeout or a pop-up. Never a single. He was not very good at getting on base. That's my only knock against Kinsler.
Defensively, he's one of the best in the MLB.
Mm-hmm.
Also, Hoshi Ohtani, as they acquired him, had a sprain in his elbow that eventually led him to getting fluid shots, which historically have been a replacement for what is known as Tommy John surgery. And if you don't know what Tommy John surgery is, let's just say it could potentially end your baseball career.
Literally.
The way they're going to set this lineup up is they're going to have Ohtani DH for probably a month or 2 before he can get that elbow back to normal. If it can get back to normal, we don't know.
Does that mean you're gonna have to put Albert Pujols at first base?
Yep, you're gonna have to move
because he's normally their DH.
Out of the DH to first base, and then whoever's at first base is gonna have to sit on the bench until Ohtani can go.
All right, well that's good. I mean, they picked him up, man. He had 7 teams going for him. 4 of them were on the West Coast. The lucky Los Angeles Angels were able to pick him up, but not so lucky for him. He's gonna be out pitching for a while.
Yeah. So do you think they made a jump on the Rangers? Do you think they've made that leap into playing with the Marlins?
I'm just being honest, Garrett. The Texas Rangers are the 4th best team in our division. I would put the Astros. I would put the Angels. I would put the Seattle Mariners up there.
I'm sorry.
All 3 of them are better, so that puts us at 4, and then Oakland at 5. I think the only team we're better than is Oakland. It's Oakland Athletics. Everyone else has far superior talent than us.
Astros coming off of a World Series, so I can definitely see them running the table.
I'm out on the freaking Astros, dude. I'm so pissed. They tanked for 7 years, couldn't beat the Rangers for shit, and then all of a sudden, boom, go on. So,
yeah. So, let's lighten the mood a little bit.
Oh, yeah.
Got
a little heated
step
right
off the
there.
gas.
Sorry. You get me talking about Rangers, man. I've seen 2 World Series losses that should have been wins. So, let's move on, man. So, right here, we got a little bit of Gots to Go. Let's lighten the mood, like you said, man. I was getting a little blood pressure high. But let's go to Gots to Go. This is where we get 4, subjects or topics, you would say.
Yeah.
Little things. And 2 of them you have to put in your bottom. 2 of them you get to keep. So, 2 of them you have to get rid of. 2 of them you get to keep.
So I think I got some good ones this week.
Well, let's start off with you.
A tough time.
No, I won't.
So we're gonna go with articles of clothing.
Ooh, that's
Right?
tough. You got me. That's
Okay.
tough, actually. All right, so what are they?
So we have socks,
Mm-hmm.
pants,
These are okay.
underwear,
Ooh,
shoes.
those 2 of them I have to get rid of for the rest of my life.
Yeah.
The other 2 I can wear every day.
Socks, underwear, pants, shoes.
Oh my gosh, dude,
Tough. It's
that's not
tough.
fair though because I need all of those.
Yeah.
I love shoes. I love shoes more than anybody, dude. I have so many Jordans, it's ridiculous. But Garrett, shoes are staying. I don't care what you say. Shoes are staying. People are not gonna see my socks. So socks, you're in the bottom. I might have stinky feet all the time, but you know what? My shoes, I'll never take off my Jordans or my Nikes. So
So
Respect to that.
shoes with no socks is essentially what you're saying.
basically,
Okay.
if I had to, yeah. I'm not gonna walk around in socks all day. Are you kidding me? Are you retarded? All right, next, man. I'm gonna have to go pants. I'm keeping pants. So I'm keeping my pants and my Jordans and my socks, and the last one is gone, Gary. Those have to go. I cannot
Your
keep
underwear?
those. My underwear's gone. I just need my outer. I don't need my inner. Let's put that. I want to put on a facade that hey, I got socks on and I got underwear on. Everything, even though I don't have neither. Like, it's just being completely honest. But yeah, that was a tough one, dude. I'm keeping shoes, I'm keeping pants, underwear's gone, and so are my socks.
Okay.
So you gave me the 2 options that no one's gonna see. I gotta get rid of them.
Okay.
Alright. So I got a little gots to go for you. You have to get rid of 2 of these, alright? Cheese pizza, pepperoni pizza, sausage pizza, and meat lovers pizza. 2 of those you can never eat again. Go.
All right. Well, I gotta keep meat lovers because it has
Oh,
everything.
Of course.
It has everything.
That's
on
so
it.
easy, right?
You know,
gotta pick
and
these
if
3,
I
dare
just
you.
wanted pepperoni, you pick everything on. You see, you messed up. That's where you messed up.
You still have a choice between 3. I mean, you have number 1 solidified. I need the 3.
I guess the other 3 aren't hard.
How?
I mean, I can just get rid of pepperoni, and I can get rid of
Hamburger?
yeah,
Or sausage, I said?
yeah, sausage.
Okay. So that means you're keeping cheese.
Yeah,
You can just pick everything off the cheese, too.
that's a lot more effort than just picking up
Why?
the sausage.
If I
and
sometimes I don't want all the meats, dude. Sometimes I just want pepperoni alone. Sometimes I just want cheese on its own.
you seem really invested in the way you eat your
Well,
pizza.
I'm dead serious. I don't want to spend all day picking off my pepperoni, dude. Are you kidding me? It's gonna make the cheese fall off, you know? Like when it comes like super hot, like you're picking off the sausages because you only want pepperoni. Like, oh, does Canadian bacon get to go on there? Because I'm keeping Canadian bacon.
Absolutely, you
No,
gotta keep
on the
it.
meat lovers, I'm saying.
Oh yeah,
All
yeah,
right, so that's all that counts, right?
yeah.
Damn. So you're getting rid of what?
Pepperoni
And
and
then-
sausage.
God, you suck. All right, that was a good one. By the way, we think of these on the fly, so that's why they're just boom. Garrett was prepared, so
Yeah.
I like that. All right, man, that's a little bit of gots to go for you. Let's go back to the NFL, man. We're gonna do our Week 15 picks for
Okay.
this coming up week. So let's start off right now with a game that's Thursday night, which is tonight.
Yep.
We have the Broncos playing the Indianapolis Colts. What's your pick? It's halftime, by the way.
You know, both of these teams, I feel like the loser is the winner,
Okay.
and that they get the better draft pick. So really, I'm sure their team tank as well. But the way Brock Osweiler, or the way the quarterback carousel in Denver has been going,
Simeon, Lynch, Osweiler.
yeah. So quarterback stability is the big key in this game, and I think the
Sure.
Colts are gonna take it.
Alrighty. Let's move on to Saturday night. Chicago versus Detroit.
Yeah, real strange for football games to be on Saturday night.
I love it.
You
More
know,
football, the better.
full weekend of football. So you know,
Who you
doesn't
taking,
love it?
man? Who you taking?
So Chicago, Trubisky has picked it up a little bit, but that Detroit defense is definitely playing like one of the best defenses in the league right now. Matthew Stafford, pretty good quarterback. He's not great, but he can get him the win.
He's top 10.
Yeah, for
I'll
sure.
still put him in top 10. So you're taking Detroit.
Yep.
I will take Chicago.
Chicago. So the
They
upset.
impressed me last week.
You going
They
for the
did.
upset this week?
Well, I believe in the running game, and I believe
Jordan Howard?
in Mitchell Trubisky.
Okay.
He's decent. He's not bad. Give him some time in that offense, and he'll learn it.
Okay.
Same Saturday night, we got Los Angeles Chargers versus the Kansas City Chiefs.
Chargers all the way. They're definitely playing like the best team.
Like a lightning bolt.
The best team in their division, even though 3 teams are tied: Raiders, Chiefs, Chargers. The Chargers are clearly the favorite to win that division now. So
So you're taking the Chargers,
Taking
as
the
am
Chargers.
I. I think they're the third best team in the AFC.
All right, so now we got Buffalo, Miami. Miami.
So Miami at Buffalo, huh?
Miami at Buffalo.
Ooh, I will take the Buffalo Bills, man.
You think that cold weather is really gonna affect the players who live in Miami?
You think it's gonna affect pretty boy Jay Cutler?
The last week the Bills played in like a
Snow?
foot of snow. It was
This
crazy.
past week, it was awesome, and they won that game. So I believe in LaShawn McCoy, shady boy. He'll juke you out of your shoes.
Tyrod Taylor's gonna be back.
Tyrod Taylor, baby, and then don't forget the receiver that went over there, Kelvin Benjamin.
Yeah.
So I'm taking Buffalo. As are you, or are you taking Miami?
I'm gonna take Buffalo.
All right. So now we got Baltimore at Cleveland. 0-14 Cleveland, by the way. Oof, I feel bad.
Yeah, they're not looking good. They almost had the win last week against
He almost beat Brett Hundley
against the Packers, but it's Cleveland.
Deshaun Kaiser threw up an interception in overtime. Game over.
They might have a historic 0-16 season.
Obviously, we're both taking Baltimore for sure. So next, we got Cincinnati at Minnesota. What's the count there?
Even though Minnesota's coming off a loss, they did play a pretty tough team in Carolina. I'm gonna have to go with Minnesota here. The Cincinnati secondary just can't stop Thielen, Diggs, and Kyle Rudolph.
Yeah, for sure. I believe in Case Keenum, and so I think they're the second best team in the league right now. Even though they lost to Carolina, Carolina had a lucky day. So I don't believe in Carolina as much as I believe in that Minnesota defense. So next we have New York at New Orleans.
Now, really unfortunate situation in New York. Josh McCown breaking his hand.
Ouch! Journeyman of the year, by the way.
Yeah,
he can go to any team and compete.
There goes the season essentially. Bryce Petty, former Midlothian.
Represent Midlow. What up? Baylor Bear, by the way.
Yep, absolutely.
Bryce Petty starting for New York. Obviously, you're not taking New York.
Rapists.
Don't you dare say that about New Orleans. Oh, Drew Brees. Drew Brees plays this week. What do you think about him?
He's a good Christian man, as my grandfather would say.
Grandpa is a freaking Dallas Cowboys fan, and he wears Peyton Manning jerseys and Drew Brees jerseys just because.
We're getting off track.
Oh, anyway, it's true though. But shout out to
New Orleans all day. Alvin Kamara was out last week, played a big part in that. But with him back, they're definitely gonna
concussion.
They're definitely gonna pick things back up. Now New York at Philadelphia.
Philadelphia at New York. You said it backwards.
Philadelphia at New York. I'm sorry.
Yeah. What do you think about that?
Big news about the Eagles.
What happened to him?
Why don't you tell him?
Who? I have no idea.
Carson Wentz?
Oh, Carson Wentz. Bye-bye, Philadelphia. Your Super Bowl dreams are out. They're done.
Now,
Nick Foles will get you to the NFC Championship, but you're not going to beat New Orleans, you're not going to beat Minnesota, and you're not going to beat the LA Rams. And those are probably the three teams that'll be waiting for you in the NFC Championship. One of those three.
They got the win last week, a timely Jared Goff fumble.
Lucky. Chris Long created that, by the way.
Yeah, but the Carson Wentz basically took them there until the final couple drives.
He played 3 plays after he tore his ACL. That dude is tough.
But the 2-10 New York Giants aren't much of an opponent, so who are you taking?
Oh, dude, I'm taking the Philadelphia Eagles, man.
Yeah.
I hate them, but
Easy.
Go Nick Foles, man. You're going to do great, and I can't wait to play you Week 17 as a Dallas Cowboy.
All right, a lower-ranked matchup in my eyes, Arizona.
Both tanking for a draft spot.
At Washington, who are you taking?
I like Kirk Cousins, man. Give me Kirk Cousins all day. He's the real deal. I really hope he gets out of Washington. That way the Dallas Cowboys don't have to see him in his prime, which is coming up next year and the year after. If not right now.
I'm going to have to go with Arizona.
You're ridiculous. You're going to believe in Blaine Gabbert?
I'm going to believe in that defense and the lack of explosiveness on the Redskins offense. I think Arizona can make enough plays to pull out a low-scoring game win.
I'll bet you money on that. Let's go.
Well, let's talk about that after.
Alrighty. Green Bay at Carolina. This is such a good game, dude. And you know why. It's a shame that this game is put at 12 o'clock, which all the past games we talked about are at 12. But Rodgers is coming back from his broken collarbone. What's going to happen, dude?
I think they're going to stick to that running game. Probably not as much as they were leaning on Brett Hundley, but, Jamal Williams is probably Aaron Rodgers' best running back since Eddie Lacy.
Okay. That boy Eddie Lacy.
Right. But that Carolina defense against the run is the best part of their defense. So, it's going to be real interesting to see what happens. But with Aaron Rodgers coming back, off of a broken collarbone, I'm gonna have to take Carolina in this one.
Oh, it's interesting. They call the middle linebacker the quarterback of the defense, right?
Yeah.
So you have the best quarterback of the defense in Luke Kuechly versus the best quarterback on offense in the game, Aaron Rodgers. It's gonna be a heck of a matchup, dude. I can't wait to watch it at noon. Unfortunately, I have to work, but I will be watching it at work. I don't care. Green Bay, go Rodgers.
All right.
I got Green Bay.
Houston at Jacksonville. Who are we taking here?
Jacksonville.
Yeah.
No said.
I
don't believe in Blake Bortles, but dude, that defense is the real deal. Jalen Ramsey, Telvin Smith, everybody.
Also,
Miles Jack, Calais Campbell.
Deshaun Watson anymore for the Houston Texans. They've been relying on
Tom Savage.
He got hurt. They relied on T.J. Yates, who actually played better, so I wouldn't be surprised if he got to start this week.
Alrighty, those are all the noon games, man. Let's move on to the 3 o'clock games. We got Los Angeles at the Seattle Rams. Los Angeles Rams versus Seattle Seahawks.
It's going to be a great game. Seattle came out with a win last time.
It was 16-10. I remember that game.
Yeah.
Early in the season.
Good game, but that's also when they had the Legion of Boom together. Now it's only Earl Thomas.
Yeah. Holding it down.
I'm going to have to take Los Angeles in this one. They look great against a great Eagles defense.
And they had a chance to win, dude.
Yeah.
They were there, man.
If that fumble didn't happen, they win that game.
They're driving, dude. Philadelphia was not going to stop them.
So you're taking Los Angeles in this
LA,
one?
dude. Jared Goff, number 1 pick for a reason.
Now, what I believe should be the night game.
Ooh! I say the best game on the slate. Not even close.
Absolutely.
Why the heck is the Dallas Cowboys in the night slate when this game is happening at 3
New
o'clock?
England at Pittsburgh. Who are we taking here? This is a tough one.
You don't even have to ask me.
Pittsburgh
Go
coming
ahead.
off the loss. No, you go ahead.
They won.
Not Pittsburgh, New England. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
New England coming off the loss at
To
Miami.
Jay Cutler, which is the worst thing possible, dude, because now Tom Brady is pissed off, and there's nothing more scarier than a pissed off Tom Brady. He's playing Pittsburgh Steelers, who he dominates, dude. He dominates that defense.
4-0.
Big Ben cannot beat him, dude. He literally can't. To be fair, Le'Veon Bell, the best back in the game, has missed the last 2 games. One with the injury and one to suspension. He's back healthy. Against the Patriots for sure. In the playoffs, that was considered. And Antonio Brown is on fire. The best receiver in the game, best running back in the game, and then a top 5 quarterback in Big Ben. I'm taking the Patriots.
You're taking the Patriots? Yeah. After saying all that?
I'm taking the Patriots. I'm sorry. I just don't believe in them. I
don't
believe in Pittsburgh.
I'm going to go with Pittsburgh.
Ooh, you're a Pittsburgh hater too.
Yeah. But I think New England coming off that loss hurt the morale.
Might have to get a little wager on that game as well.
But I think that New England defense bends but doesn't break, but they're going to bend enough to give Pittsburgh.
They are playing the best offense in the game, in my opinion, in Pittsburgh. So.
All right, so another horrible game at 3:25 for some reason. Tennessee at San Francisco.
Green Bay should have replaced that game for sure.
Jimmy Garoppolo playing pretty decent out there.
You believe in him more than Marcus Mariota? I don't at all. I like Marcus Mariota.
They played terrible last week against Arizona, man. So, I'm going with San Francisco on this one.
I got Tennessee all the way, baby. So let's go.
No running game translate to no passing game.
Hey, they got DeMarco Murray, dog.
He's been playing terrible.
What up?
You're a fantasy team. Picked him in the first round. He wasn't even worth it.
Yeah, that's why he's only good behind the great Dallas offensive line. As are a lot of people.
He played pretty good last year. That's why I picked him in the first round.
Alrighty, man. Let's go to the next game.
My favorite game of the week. Dallas at Oakland.
Should have been a Super Bowl matchup. Could have been a Super Bowl matchup. Both of these teams have gone the opposite direction of the way everybody thought they would.
Yeah, Derek Carr, poor play as of late. Dak Prescott, also poor play without Ezekiel Elliott.
They both need a run game, don't they?
Definitely changes the team up. Marshawn Lynch just picked it up.
Latavius Murray last year carried the load for them, and they were good. It's just like the way Tony Romo.
It could also do with the drops that they've been experiencing. Amari Cooper and Michael Crabtree. I get them mixed up all the time.
Got you.
They have been dropping a lot of balls. They have the most drop balls through week 15.
Yeah, but also that offensive line has not been protecting Derek Carr the way they had last year.
No, he's
been on his back a lot.
They have the same offensive line, so I'm not really sure what's going on there.
Well, so do the Dallas Cowboys, except we lost 2 key players. So I don't know. We lost
it's not
players.
The same offensive.
Okay, but it's pretty much the big 3 are starting. So our best players. But
I'm gonna have to go with Dallas in this one. The Oakland offense doesn't scare me one bit.
They lost to Kansas City last week.
Yeah, and they let Kansas City absolutely demolish them. Look like the Kansas City from weeks 1 through 5.
I'm taking Oakland, man. I got Oakland winning 16-10.
What, dog?
I think he ends the Dallas Cowboys season, but it's already over because we're not making the playoffs. We don't have a tiebreaker against anybody. That game is a trap game, as was last week. We got out of one trap. I doubt we can get out of this one. Yeah, that was all BS what I just said. I'm actually taking Dallas. I mean, seriously, I thought about it. I was looking at it. I was like, no, I'm a Dallas Cowboys fan, so I'm going to take them this week.
I take them every week.
I doubt it. All right, and then we got Monday night matchup, man. Atlanta versus Tampa Bay. What's happening in that game between the inconsistent Atlanta Falcons and the terrible Jameis Winston?
Yeah, so Jameis Winston definitely not looking like himself even last year.
No.
When he had a very average season. Mike Evans hasn't been getting targeted. 11 targets in the past 2 games. That's usually what he sees in one game.
Literally. All day.
So I'm going to have to take Atlanta in this one. As dysfunctional as Atlanta is, Buccaneers just don't have it in them.
That's a national televised game. Monday night. Tampa Bay is going to fold as they always do. And Atlanta just has to not lose the game. Like, just don't give it away like you give away the Super Bowl and you'll win that game.
Yeah.
So be careful with the Jameis led Bucks because they could bite you if they wanted to, but they're very...
Yeah, also very poor run game.
For sure. Doug Martin is not what he used to be. He's really slow and fat. So those are your week 14 or 15 picks from us right now.
And then we're gonna close it up with the Seattle-Jacksonville fiasco. Why don't you talk about that a little bit?
Man, so this past week, we saw Martellus Bennett, man, at the end of the game. Seattle was losing, by the way. Jacksonville ended up winning that game. Martellus Bennett, you know how when they take a knee at the end, Jacksonville was taking the knee. Martellus Bennett's on defense, and he just literally tried to push down the offensive lineman for the Jacksonville Jaguars, and then threw his shoulder into the back of the knee of an offensive lineman. Yeah, he didn't get any suspension or anything for that, dude.
Yeah, not lately, his whole career has been revered as, I'd say, a dirty player.
But he's a Walter Payton Man of the Year nominee every year. I don't get it. How can you live both worlds? Never get suspended.
It's the aggression. When he plays
but he's
football.
dirty, but he never gets suspended. I don't understand that. Does anyone want to explain to me that? Because I don't get it.
It's very upsetting.
He gets away with a lot, as does his brother, Martellus Bennett. But, all right, we can talk about Quentin Jackson, man, the Seattle Seahawks player, who's running into the tunnel, and a beer goes flying right by him from the stands.
Yeah.
The dude stops, turns around, and takes his helmet off to go try to find out who threw that beer at him.
And he had a really good point. I mean, he may be playing football, but he's a man like everybody else.
Okay, dude, but men, you have to keep running. I don't care if you think you're going to get, what did he say, disrespected?
So if someone...
Garrett, you have to keep running.
So if someone threw a beer at you,
yeah,
you wouldn't try and fight him.
Dude, you're not going to fight somebody in the stands where you got to climb up there to them.
That's so
insane.
Disrespectful.
These people pay to see you. They can throw whatever they want. Ask Tony Gonzalez, man. Tony Gonzalez came on the Colin Cowherd show, and he said, when I was in Oakland, I was a Kansas City Chiefs player, people would throw batteries at him. People would throw all types of stuff at him.
He should have got up there and beat their ass.
Dude. How are you gonna? There's everyone against you. All I'm saying is you cannot run into the freaking. You cannot run back to the stands after you're halfway in the tunnel and a beer goes flying by you. And I will say they nailed him twice after that too. If you look, man, his Seattle Seahawks trainers are trying to hold him back from the stands. I mean, and another Gatorade bottle just nails him in the shoulder.
Also, those fans should be suspended from stadiums.
They're not gonna be because they pay a lot of money to go see you. They can do whatever
somebody else
they
can
want.
fill that seat in 2 seconds.
No, sir, especially not like that. Then why don't they, Garrett?
I guess we're gonna have to come to a disagreement here.
Why? I mean, you're an NFL player, dude. People throw stuff at you all the time. They tell you suck. They say all types of bad words at you. All you have to do is ignore them and run into it. But Tony Gonzalez says they can hear you on the field when you're saying, "Hey, you suck. You can't do this." And you talk about their mamas and all this good stuff. They can hear you, bro. And they're humans, like he said. Quentin Jackson, I mean, they're going to blow up like a lot of people, but we expect them as professional athletes to just keep running, dude. Ignore the fans. We're just a lot superior to you. We just a fanatic of you, man. Whether we hate you or dislike you or love you.
I feel you on that one. You kind of swayed me a little bit.
No, I didn't, but it's all good. So let's end on the Rodgers comeback, man. He has a plate in his right shoulder, 2 plates and a screw keeping his collarbone together. Do you see him getting hurt this week if he takes a bad hit from Thomas Davis or Luke Kuechly?
I mean, if it's to that collarbone, I mean, they're both really aggressive tacklers, and
we saw it with Tony Romo.
As an athlete, I mean, I would go for the shoulder. I know it's dirty.
That's dirty as hell.
I know it's dirty, but you know, that's
what they're thinking, man. That's what they're thinking. Because you know why? If Green Bay sneaks into the playoffs, they're so scary. And we saw them without Aaron Rodgers. Nobody is afraid of them. They barely beat Cleveland. but you put the best quarterback in the game behind that center, Green Bay is a whole new team, dude. It's insane. So that's going to wrap up this podcast, episode 3. Thank you, everybody, for listening. I'm Jacob Condi alongside.
I'm Garrett Wright.
All righty, guys. Come back and see episode 4 next week. Thank you.